I wanted to answer a question that came in on the YouTube comments. This is from Dr. Beto, DPT, and he was asking about more information on pull marketing versus push marketing. He wanted to know about SEO, about blogs, backlinks, establishing your niche. There's a lot of information. So let's do this. I'm going to touch on pull. I went to your YouTube channel. Awesome job. Really great videos, really great content. And you're doing it. Like, the whole idea between push versus pull marketing comes from Seth Godin, like one of my heroes in the marketing space. But basically the difference is push marketing would be paid ads and throwing your message out there. I always think of Crazy Eddie. If you guys don't remember Crazy Eddie, I think he ended up in jail. But he used to have these commercials where he'd scream at the camera and say his prices were so low they were insane. And the idea is push marketing, conventional marketing. It's all about me, the person selling the product or service, trying to convince you, the person who's going to buy the product or service, that I'm the best, I'm the right solution, come and buy from me, I'm the only one that can solve your problem, right? I don't want to be in the business of trying to convince. So on the flip side of that is pull marketing. Pull marketing is you get your message out there, you get your information out there. And this is more of I think a more modern kind of approach to marketing. It's give as much as you can, because there's only going to be a tiny sliver of the audience that's actually going to pay you. But even that tiny sliver of an audience, if your audience is big enough, is going to be more clients than you can ever handle. And so you'll hear people in every marketplace say, my free content is better than most paid content. And that's the way that I try to approach things. Like, there are no secrets. If I can share videos and real examples of real patients in my clinic, and there's another human being somewhere in the world that can watch that video, gain knowledge, gain experience, and treat themselves without me expending any more energy than it took to create that video, amazing. Like, my dream is fulfilled. And the reality is, it's not all about generosity on my part. Like, me creating those videos to help other people, while I'm not getting paid by those people I'm helping, I'm getting paid by the marketing from the ads that are sold on the YouTube channel in front of those people who want to consume that content, right? So I'm still making some money in the deal. But the idea behind pull versus push is establishing yourself as the expert in your space, whatever your space may be. Now, I don't remember if I've talked about this. My niche, my primary niche, is total knee replacement. My entire clinical channel is dedicated to total knee replacement recovery. And why is that? Well, for those of you who might know a little bit about my history, I own a building that houses my physical therapy clinic. About 7,500 square feet of that building used to be leased to spine surgeons that worked for the local hospital. Now, I saw all of their post-op cases for the most part. I was not employed by them. They were tenants in my building. We were completely separate businesses, but they had approached me originally. They wanted to connect. They wanted me to do their outpatient rehab for post-surgical cases. And I was like, sure, I'm happy to do it. And in my mind, I'm thinking, this is the most amazing opportunity. Who in the world would not jump at this? Well, once I started doing it, I started to realize that, guess what? Post-op spine cases are not my passion. I don't believe that I have any unique services for them. I don't have any differentiating factor for them. There's nothing special. Seth Godin talks about being a purple cow. I cannot be a purple cow in the space of spine rehab, because I'm going to be that black and white dairy cow that's 1 in 1,000 that just blends into the background. But when we go over into total knee replacement, I do believe we have a special, unique value proposition. I do believe we can deliver something that nobody else is willing to deliver. And I think we can set ourselves apart. So I chose knee replacement. One, because I believed we had something unique to offer the patient care experience. Two, because these were clients that were highly compliant. They came to every physical therapy session. They had high urgency because they just had their leg cut off and sewn back on. And typically, the surgery met their full out-of-pocket max when it came to the insurance. So these were clients that high urgency, high compliance, and basically were able to come to therapy without any extra or added cost. So it was like the dream of all referral bases, plus low wear and tear on the equipment. I barely needed anything. I could pretty much just put a chair in a room and I would be ready to go. So it was just so simple. Now, like I said, I do have a passion for that niche. I do believe I deliver something unique, but I could establish myself as the expert in that space. And when I went to YouTube, there was no established total knee replacement expert, especially in the space of rehab. We had Bob and Brad, we had Ask Dr. Joe, we had, can't remember the other guy's name right now, but three huge successful channels that were generalists, that treated everything, that talked about everything. I was the first one that I know of that came into the space fully dedicated to total knee replacement. So when people are searching, while I'm still not ranking #1 for a lot of things, people are finding me through YouTube. They're seeking me out. They're looking for ways to contact me. Then they're paying for telephone calls to ask me questions on an educational basis. Like, that is the purest form of pull marketing that I can even think of, is me putting the content out there, people actively seeking it and knocking down barriers to get to me, as opposed to me paying to get in front of those people, trying to convince them that I'm the solution, I've got the answer to their problems. You know, so how do you pick a niche? You find something that you're genuinely passionate about. You find something that you have a unique value proposition that really nobody else is willing to claim, because everybody can claim things, right? I guarantee you walk down the street, you're going to see clinics that say we deliver one-on-one care, but they don't. But who cares? Because that's what they're claiming. The client will never know until the client signs up, and once they sign up, they're locked in. So the idea is you want to find something not just that other people can't claim, but better, stuff that other people are unwilling to claim. So you have your passion, something that people are unwilling to claim, a space that's wide open, that, you know, total knees, there's 800,000, I don't remember, done annually, either worldwide or in the US. There's no shortage, they're not slowing down, there's nothing but more knee replacements coming down the road. They're still in that zone of, like, patients after a hip replacement hardly ever get referred to physical therapy, yet people after a knee replacement absolutely get referred to physical therapy. So, but I know that the end of physical therapy for knee replacements is coming, so I'm preparing for that, but that makes it even more appealing for me, whereas a large corporate center says, I don't want that niche, because once insurance stops covering it or physicians, surgeons stop referring, we lose everything. Well, no, that's actually when the door swings wide open to monetize certain components of the rehab program tenfold over what you were getting with insurance reimbursement. But anyway, that's how you find your niche. Then you establish yourself, you create your personal brand, and you're doing a great job of it. In the space, you put out content, you choose your platform. I would love to be on Instagram. I just don't use Instagram. I would love to be on LinkedIn. I don't use LinkedIn. About the only thing that really resonated with me is YouTube and Facebook. But even on Facebook, I can't bring myself to share content specific to total knee replacement outside of a private Facebook group dedicated to knee replacement. It's the Total Knee Replacement support group for kind people. I've got 6,000 or so members in there. It's a very active community. I will help and host information in there, but I still won't put videos in there. All of my videos go to YouTube, because YouTube is just such a phenomenal resource. YouTube every day is working to put my content in front of the people who want to see it, who need to see it. So I'm not going to put it on Facebook, where it's going to have a short shelf life, an hour, 2 hours, maybe 3, and then it's gone. It's dead in the archive somewhere. Whereas in YouTube, I've got videos from 2019 that will continue to circulate. I see videos from other providers and content producers that are 10 years old that continue to accumulate recommendations and views. I want YouTube working for me. Now it's my responsibility to put together a decent enough video that YouTube has something to deliver. Because if YouTube isn't delivering your videos, you haven't figured out what the viewer wants to see. So all of that to say, you pick your niche, you establish your personal identity, your personal brand, you put out the information that's probably better than most paid content. You put it out there for free because that tiny sliver of the community who is willing and eager to pay will pay no matter what. They will find a way to put money in your pocket because they just want to be part of what you're doing. And that's been a successful formula. Not for me. Yes, it works for me, but that's a success formula that I see across the internet, across industry, across other professionals, that just turns people into millionaires. And it's just crazy. It's an amazing time we live in. We're moving into 2022. Technology has to be embraced. Technology has to be brought into everything. I really see demonetization of much of what physical therapy used to do. But the little components that maintain their value, I think, are going to be infinitely more valuable because we will be able to scale. Wow, that's 11 minutes of content. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have more questions.